In this video, we're going to talk about the hearing aids that I have in my ears right now, the Jabra Enhance Pro 30. It's the newest Jabra hearing aid available at Costco. I've spent some time wearing the product. I've gone through the Costco experience. I'm going to review all of that for you in this video and give you my thoughts on where this product stands as it relates to the entire hearing health category. If we have not yet met, my name is Blake Cadwell. I'm the co-founder at Soundly.com. We're one of the leading destinations for hearing health research and shopping online. I'm also a hearing aid wearer, and I've spent time in over 50 different products over the last year. If you like what you see in this video, I'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Helps us reach more people. With that, let's dig into it. If you've spent some time researching hearing aids, there's a good chance you've heard about buying hearing aids at Costco. Now, typically, if you walk into your big box store, you're going to have access to 3 different brands. Jabra, the one we'll talk about today, Philips, which is a brand that comes from Demont, and Rexton, which comes from WS Audiology. They all have great quality and various features, but we're going to narrow in on Jabra Enhance Pro 30 because it's fairly new. It's one of the newest products available at Costco. So let's start with the basics. The Jabra Enhance Pro 30, it's a receiver and canal device where the body sits behind your ear, a wire reaches up over to the top of your ear, and a little piece plays sound into your ear. Now, I find this product and all of the products that come in this style are actually really discreet. When I first started researching hearing aids, I thought a behind the ear hearing aid would be really obvious, but the size of the Jabra devices and several other leaders on the market is really small and discreet, and they look fairly sleek and modern. So from an appearance perspective, this product really blends right in. If I turn to the side, you're probably almost not going to realize I'm wearing anything. Other important things to know, this product is rechargeable. It comes with a recharge case. You simply drop it in at night and it will charge your devices up for a full day of use. The Jabra Enhance Pro 30 gets around 30 hours of battery life per charge. So typically you'll be able to go a full day without ever reaching the end of your battery life. As with the last generation of Jabra hearing aids at Costco, the Jabra Enhance Pro 30 has Bluetooth low energy audio, which means that as Auracast rolls out, you'll be able to stream audio from public spaces directly into your hearing aids. This is a feature that Jabra and its parent company GN have really led the way on as Auracast has begun to roll out in public spaces. If you haven't researched Auracast, you can see a full video that we've done on the topic up here, but essentially it will allow train stations, airports, theaters to stream directly into consumer audio devices and into hearing aids. So Jabra Enhance Pro 30 is ready for that when public spaces around you begin to adopt Auracast technology. The hearing aids also have an IP68 rating, which means they'll be very durable. You can get them wet. Technically, you can put them underwater a meter deep for 30 minutes and they should be just fine. As with past generations of Jabra hearing aids at Costco, the devices will be programmed by a professional at the big box store. So you won't program the devices yourself. You will get a smartphone app where you can make some adjustments, which I'll walk you through in a few moments, but the programming and testing will all be done inside your local Costco. So those are some of the basics to understand about the Jabra Pro 30. But if you're like me, the most important question that you're probably asking is, how do they sound and how has the sound processing improved? Now, if you've watched other videos on our channel, you know that sound processing varies by manufacturer. So I tend to find that Jabra hearing aids or their sister brand Resound, which you'd find at a local clinic, both made by their parent company GN, have a bright, crisp, and assertive sound. So if you really like the feeling of clarity and snappiness, this is a brand that I really recommend. Other brands at Costco, like Rexton, have a slightly more relaxed and sometimes more comfortable sound quality, but it's a little bit less assertive and less crisp. If you poll 10 hearing aid wearers who wear these 2 different brands, you'll hear slightly different things from each one in terms of what qualities they like in the sound. But regardless of brand, every pair of hearing aids needs to do a few things really well. The first is manage sudden sounds, wind noise, feedback. Those are kind of the basics. And then the second is manage complex background noise situations. So most hearing aid wearers are most interested in hearing aids that do a really good job of managing background noise. And that's what the Jabra Enhance Pro 30 really focused on in their upgrade. Specifically, Jabra Enhance Pro 30 added a second processing chip here inside the device. So inside the device, you have the standard chip, which processes sound in the way that Jabra and Resound hearing aids always have. But then they put a second chip in, which is essentially focused only on sound processing and uses artificial intelligence to process the environment that you're in, to classify the different sounds that you're hearing, and then clean up that sound and present it with less background noise to your ears. It's really very cool. So GN, the parent company that makes Resound and Jabra hearing aids, they gathered 13 million real sound samples of speech. So some people whispering, some people shouting, various languages, and they fed it all to an artificial intelligence training program, which eventually got put on board these devices inside of the processing chip. And what you ultimately get is a second program inside of your app called Hear and Noise. When you switch into that program, what you'll find is that the background noise drops away pretty dramatically. Now, if you've watched my Resound Vivio review, you might hear some themes here that sound familiar, and that's because both of these products are built on essentially the same technology. Jabra Enhance Pro 30 is dedicated to Costco, Resound Vivio is the in-clinic model, but both of them have very similar tech on the inside. And what I found in wearing Resound Vivio and also Jabra Enhance Pro 30 is that the Hear and Noise program is really impressive if you're in a very challenging background noise setting. So at a conference, if I'm standing in a noisy environment and I want to hear something on a stage in front of me, the Hear and Noise program can be really useful. In a restaurant, similarly, if I've got conversations happening all around me, but I want to focus simply on what's in front of me and I want to drop away a lot of that background noise, Hear and Noise, again, really useful. Where it's less useful is in the day-to-day use case. So if I'm just talking to neighbors or I'm in a conversation with a few different people and I want to have more spatial awareness, I find myself staying in the standard program. So the way I see this new feature from Jabra is that they've really given you another tool. You probably won't stay in Hear and Noise all the time, but if you're in a tough situation or you're in a situation where you really need that extra boost or you want cleaner sound, you can simply swipe in or use a push button on your hearing aid to change into that program, and it can work really well. On a theoretical level, I also love that GN and a few other manufacturers in the market are pushing into the use of artificial intelligence in hearing aids to make the overall soundscape better. I think this is just going to accelerate over the next few years, and we will find cleaner and more focused sound, and hopefully sound that can become even more natural for all day use and all day wear. All right, so those are some of the key features you need to know. In total, I would say the step up from Jabra Enhance Pro 20, which is the old Costco model from GN, to Jabra Enhance Pro 30 is pretty meaningful. The most meaningful part of it is this new AI-powered Hear and Noise program, but overall, it continues to be a really strong option for anyone looking for an affordable but still high-quality hearing aid. In a moment, I'll take you inside the Jabra Enhance Pro app so you can see what it looks like in there and the controls that you'll have after you get your hearing aids set up. But before we do that, let's talk about the Costco process. If you haven't gone to Costco to get your hearing care, there are a few things that it's important to know. So the first is that Costco sells hearing aids. You probably already know that if you're watching this video, but Costco's been in the hearing aid business for 20 plus years. Most local Costcos have a little hearing clinic inside of their stores where you can go get your hearing tested. They offer 3 brands, Jabra, Rexton, and Philips. You pick between those 3 brands, typically for fairly affordable prices compared to the industry at large. A professional technician who works at the Costco store will program your devices, and then you can come back for follow-up appointments as needed. So they've essentially dropped a clinic inside of their stores. Now, some people love this experience. They find that it's affordable, gives them a lot of value. Other people don't love the experience of going into a Costco for their hearing care for various reasons. And depending on their location or how often they go to Costco, some people find that the regular trips back and forth for adjustments are less convenient than going to a local clinic or purchasing something online. If you want to learn more about the full Costco process, I documented that entire process, including my own hearing test and fitting, which I'll put somewhere up here. Now, if you're looking for an alternative way to get Jabra hearing aids, you can also purchase Jabra Enhance hearing aids at Jabra Enhance Select, which we'll put a link to below. That's their online option where you can purchase these same devices. Now, it's worth noting, currently Jabra Enhance Select does not have the 30 model available on their website. We think this will come out in the next few months. So feel free to check that link, maybe take their hearing test. And if you're interested specifically in the 30 model, you'll probably have to wait a couple of months until that's available. Okay, so let's take a minute and dig into the app. There are a few things that you'll want to know about the Jabra Enhance Pro app and how it interacts with these devices. So the first is when you open up the app, you're going to see your main programs. So you'll have your standard program, and if you swipe, you'll see your hearing and noise program, and that's the AI powered program. So you can also usually set that up through the buttons on your hearing aid. You'll talk to your technician about doing that, but you can do that through the app at any time as well. Within any program, you can go into noise filter, which will reduce noise even further, or speech clarity, which will make things even a little bit crisper and brighter if you're really just looking to grab onto the sound of someone's voice. You can also open up the sound enhancer, which will allow you to have a bit of a free-form EQ adjustment. So you can raise the low-end sounds, mid sounds, or high sounds, depending on what your preferences are. And you could even save those settings into a new program, which maybe is custom designed for a certain situation in your life. It's also worth noting that Jabra hearing aids come with a Find My Hearing Aids feature. So if you've misplaced your hearing aids and you go into the app and tap on Find My Hearing Aids, it'll help you locate those devices in your home or your car or wherever you might have placed them. Generally, I find that the Jabra app and the Resound app, which is its sister product, are both really quality, and they do a nice job of balancing quite a bit of control for you, but not giving you so much that it becomes overwhelming. This is one of my favorite hearing aid apps in the industry at this time. So if you've made it to this point in the video, you now understand what the new Jabra Enhance Pro 30 has to offer, some of the key features, and a little bit about the Costco experience. But if you're trying to better understand where this product fits in the overall hearing health landscape, these are some of my initial thoughts. If you're looking for in-person care, you want that to be really affordable, and you're looking for top quality technology, I think Jabra Pro 30 and some of the other products available at Costco are a really good option. This is especially true if you go to Costco a lot and you don't mind getting your care in that environment. Now, alternatively, if you have more complex hearing loss or you prefer an in-clinic type environment, you can certainly find a local audiologist nearby, and you get a lot of the same technology as is available in Jabra through the Resound brand. Resound Vivio is the closest product on the market currently. You also have the option to purchase online through the over-the-counter market. So if you're looking for something even more affordable, typically Costco hearing aids are around $1,500 or $1,600 for a pair. You could look at a product like Sennheiser All Day Clear, which is an over-the-counter device made by Sonova. You can actually purchase that at soundly.com. It ships to your home in a couple of days, and then all of the follow-up care and customer service happens online. So if you don't want to make that trip into Costco and you want to save a little bit of money, OTC can be an interesting option. Now, we have a lot of content on how to select the best hearing aids in the OTC market. There are some products we do not recommend. Our current favorites are the Sony CRE-C20. This is an invisible style device made by the same company that makes Rexton hearing aids, which are available at Costco. Sennheiser All Day Clear, which is our favorite behind-the-ear hearing aid made by Sonova, which interestingly used to make the Kirkland brand hearing aids at Costco. We've also been loving these hearing glasses from Nuance Audio. If you put them on, they actually have open ear speakers that just amplify sound right down into your ears. They double as either prescription glasses or sunglasses. You can also purchase these at soundly.com with follow-up care. And then if you're looking for something even more affordable, our favorite product under $500 right now is the Elehear Beyond. You can also get that at Soundly with follow-up care. So you have lots of options, and really it comes down to your preference for where you get your care and your overall budget. But rest assured that if you're thinking about getting your hearing care at Costco and you're thinking about the Jabra Enhance Pro 30, you're in really good hands, and it's an excellent product that you'll probably find a lot of value with. That's all we've got for today. Thanks for your time, and good luck with your research.